Can you truly imagine a Toronto Blue Jays lineup, a future where our beloved Bo Bichette, the electrifying shortstop who has defined so much of our recent era, is wearing another uniform? I mean, really let that sink in for a moment, because according to some of the latest, most jarring projections, that unthinkable scenario isn't just a distant nightmare. It's a very real, very expensive possibility looming on the horizon. We're talking about a potential departure that could reshape the very identity of this franchise, a move that would send shockwaves not just through the Rogers Center, but across the entire American League. The whispers are growing louder, the figures are astronomical, and the destination, if these predictions hold true, is one that will undoubtedly raise more than a few eyebrows among the Blue Jays faithful. This isn't just about a player leaving, it's about a cornerstone, a fan favorite, a genuine superstar potentially walking away for a staggering sum, and the implications for our team, for our championship aspirations, are nothing short of monumental. How do you even begin to process the idea of Bo Bichette, the man whose bat has delivered so many clutch moments, whose glove has made so many highlight reel plays, donning the colors of an AL rival? It's a question that cuts deep, a hypothetical that feels far too close to reality for comfort, and it demands our immediate undivided attention. The very thought of it sends a shiver down your spine, doesn't it? The idea of seeing him in another dugout, facing our pitchers, making plays against us, it's a scenario that feels almost sacrilegious. But the cold, hard truth of professional baseball, especially in this era of escalating contracts, is that loyalty often has a price tag, and sometimes that price tag is simply too high for even the most committed organizations. So, let's brace ourselves, because we're about to dive headfirst into the speculative maelstrom surrounding Bo Bichette's future, and trust me, it's a wild ride. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what's being thrown out there, and frankly, it's a projection that feels like a punch to the gut. Ryan Finkelstein over at Just Baseball has dropped a bombshell, predicting that Bo Bichette will sign an eye-watering 8-year, $208 million deal with, wait for it, the Detroit Tigers. Yes, you heard that right. The Detroit Tigers, an AL Central contender, a team that, while showing flashes of potential, hasn't exactly been synonymous with handing out mega deals of this magnitude. The sheer scale of that contract, nearly $30 million annually for 8 seasons, is enough to make any general manager pause, and it certainly makes you wonder about the Tigers' long-term strategy if they were to commit such a colossal sum. But here's where the narrative gets even more complex and perhaps more unsettling for Blue Jays fans. Finkelstein's reasoning hinges on a peculiar paradox that unfolded during the 2025 season. Remember when Bichette went down with that injury late in the year, missing a significant chunk of the playoffs? It was a moment that, for many, felt like a potential death knell for our postseason hopes. Yet, astonishingly, the Blue Jays didn't just survive, they thrived. Other players stepped up, filling the void, and the team continued its march, proving a resilience that, while admirable, might now be used as leverage against keeping Bichette. The argument, as Finkelstein lays it out, is that this unexpected success in Bichette's absence might make the front office more comfortable letting Bichette walk. It's a cold, calculated assessment, one that strips away the emotional attachment and focuses purely on roster construction and financial flexibility. He points to Andrés Gimenez, who seamlessly shifted from second base to shortstop during Bichette's injury, showcasing his defensive prowess and proving to be critical to the Blue Jays with his defense up the middle. This isn't just about a backup. It's about a potential long-term solution, a player whose skill set, particularly defensively, might be seen as a more stable, cost-effective anchor for the infield moving forward. The idea that our team's unexpected depth and adaptability could actually contribute to the departure of a star player is a bitter pill to swallow, a testament to the cutthroat nature of modern baseball economics. Let's not forget the emotional weight of Bo Bichette's contributions, especially when we talk about his potential departure. Finkelstein himself acknowledges the indelible mark Bichette has left, writing, Bo Bichette was very close to being an all-time World Series hero for the Blue Jays, hitting an early 3-run homer in Game 7 that had Toronto in line to win it all. Just picture that moment again, Blue Jays fans. The roar of the crowd, the ball soaring into the stands, the sheer elation of believing for a fleeting, glorious moment that this was our year, and Bichette was at the heart of it. That's the kind of moment that forges legends, that cements a player's place in franchise history. It's the kind of performance that makes you believe certain players are simply meant to wear our colors forever. But then, the cold, hard reality of the business side of baseball crashes down. The question isn't just about what he has done, but what he will do, and at what cost. The Blue Jays, like any smart organization, have to weigh the emotional investment against the strategic investment. Is that Game 7 heroics, that consistent offensive production, worth $250 million over 8 years, especially when you've seen others step up in his absence? This is where the true dilemma lies for the front office. It's not about disrespecting Bichette's talent or his impact. It's about making tough decisions in a salary-capped, competitive league. The Tigers' interest, while surprising in its projected financial commitment, makes sense from a baseball perspective. They need a right-handed bat, they need an infield anchor, and Bichette undeniably fills both those needs with elite production. But the sheer magnitude of that $208 million figure for Detroit feels ambitious, to say the least. It's a contract that would instantly become one of the largest in franchise history for the Tigers, a move that would signal a massive shift in their spending philosophy. This isn't just a minor acquisition, it's a franchise-altering commitment. And while the idea of Toronto retaining him might seem more plausible given his history and fit, the fact that such a substantial projection exists, linking him to another AL contender, forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth. No player, no matter how beloved, is truly untouchable in the modern MLB landscape. Now, I want to hear from you, the passionate Blue Jays faithful. This is a tough one, I know, but if you had to make the call right now, knowing what we know about the potential contract demands and the team's performance without him, would you break the bank for Bo Bichette, or would you let him walk and reallocate those resources? Let me know in the comments below. This is a conversation we need to have as a community. The financial tightrope that MLB teams walk is becoming increasingly precarious, and the potential $208 million deal for Bo Bichette perfectly illustrates this challenge. While the Detroit Tigers' projected offer seems audacious, it underscores the market value for a top-tier, offensive-minded shortstop in his prime. For the Blue Jays, this isn't just about one player, it's about the entire strategic direction of the franchise. Committing such a massive sum to a single player, even one as talented as Bichette, has ripple effects across the entire roster. It impacts flexibility for other key free agents, trade acquisitions, and even the development of younger talent. The Blue Jays have shown a willingness to spend in recent years, but always with a calculated approach, balancing star power with sustainable team building. The question then becomes, where does Bichette fit into that long-term vision, especially when considering the emergence of players like Andrés Gimenez? Gimenez's defensive prowess, as highlighted by Finkelstein, offers a different kind of value. While he may not possess Bichette's offensive firepower, his glove at shortstop provides a foundational stability that can be invaluable, particularly in the postseason. This isn't to say Gimenez is a direct replacement for Bichette's overall impact, but rather that his presence offers the Blue Jays options, a crucial element when navigating high-stakes contract negotiations. The front office has to weigh the known quantity of Bichette's bat and leadership against the potential for a more balanced, defensively sound infield that could be built around Gimenez, freeing up significant financial resources for other areas of need, perhaps a high-leverage reliever like a Robert Suarez or a Luke Weaver, or even another impact bat in the outfield like a Kyle Tucker or Ketel Marte, names we've discussed before. This isn't a simple decision. It's a complex equation involving offensive production, defensive metrics, clubhouse chemistry, and, most importantly, the financial health of the organization for the next decade. The Blue Jays are at a crossroads, and the path they choose regarding Bichette will define their competitive window for years to come. It's a testament to the evolving nature of baseball that a team's success without a star can sometimes be a more powerful negotiating tool than his presence. So, where does this leave us Blue Jays fans? With more questions than answers, certainly. Is the $208 million projection for Bichette a realistic market value or an aggressive overestimation by a team desperate for star? Will the Blue Jays, having seen their resilience without him, truly be comfortable letting a player of his caliber walk? Or will they ultimately decide that his unique blend of offense and charisma is irreplaceable? The narrative that the Blue Jays didn't miss a beat without Bichette, while true in the immediate sense of their playoff run, doesn't fully capture the long-term void his departure would create. He's not just a shortstop, he's a leader, a clutch performer, and a significant draw for the fan base. Replacing that kind of multifaceted impact is incredibly difficult, regardless of who steps up in the interim. The potential move to the Detroit Tigers, an AL contender, would also mean facing Bichette regularly, a painful prospect for any fan. Imagine him hitting a walk-off against us, or making a game-saving play in a crucial division matchup. These are the scenarios that keep general managers up at night. Ultimately, the Blue Jays' decision will come down to a delicate balance: the emotional connection to a homegrown star, the financial prudence required for sustained success, and the strategic vision for building a championship-caliber roster. It's a high-stakes poker game, and the chips are incredibly valuable. We've seen this team make bold moves before, both in retaining talent and letting it go. The future of Bo Bichette is perhaps the most significant test of that philosophy yet. The next few months, as these rumors swirl and negotiations potentially heat up, will be absolutely critical. We'll be watching every single development, analyzing every whisper, because the outcome of this situation will undoubtedly shape the Toronto Blue Jays for the foreseeable future. What do you, the most informed and passionate baseball fans out there, truly believe will happen? Do you think the Blue Jays will find a way to keep Bo, or is this the beginning of the end for his time in Toronto? Share your thoughts, your hopes, and your fears in the comment section below. Let's get this discussion going. And if you want to stay ahead of every single breaking story, every rumor, and every exclusive insight into your Toronto Blue Jays, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. We're here to bring you the news that matters with the passion you deserve. Don't miss a single beat. Subscribe now, and let's navigate this wild baseball world together.